Okay, what's going on everyone? Jim Kalo here, and today we are talking about Dishonored 2. I don't know why I was about to just say the first one. This game is obviously the sequel to the first Dishonored game, and it came out in 2016, which was about 4 years after the first entry, and basically everything that was good about the first game is still here in the second game. They added new mechanics and features in the game. For the most part, it's also on a new engine as well for what was made for current gen consoles at the time, being PS4, Xbox One. Even me playing this version on my 3050 looks way better than the Xbox One. Any game on the Xbox One, the generation was always just kind of not very good looking. But as you can see, you can play as either Emily Caldwin or Corvo Otano from the main protagonist's first game. He actually talks this time. He's the father of Emily. Emily's the daughter from the first game. This is years later. We're obviously starting off in Dunwall, like the first game, but the main location in this game is Karnaca, which I believe is actually where Corvo grew up and was born. Before moving to Dunwall is the Lord Protector. So of course, the very first thing we gotta do, use our stealth like the first game to get the heck out of here. Now I think this is on medium settings on my PC. I think it could run higher. I just wanted a little bit of a higher FPS since for first-person games, especially when you use a mouse, you always want a higher frame rate. It just looks better visually in the playability. Also on medium settings, the game looks pretty good, so there's that too. Definitely don't recommend slashing these enemies like I am now as well. Just like the first game, there is a high chaos and a low chaos route. Corvo will comment on things if you do certain activities, whether they're more violent or, stealth. Just non-lethal takedowns, which is what I always try to do to get the good low chaos ending. That's the canon one as well. High chaos is also makes for, even though you feel terrible about the ending, what's happening, it's so fun to play like that. It's ridiculous the animations they have when you're attacking enemies like that, but I really, like I said, I talked about this in the first Dishonored video in BioShock, the whole choice of how you go about your objective in games, same thing in Cyberpunk, really makes the gameplay, it opens up the sandbox, as people say, like in Halo. The different ways you can go about beating the game and playing it, and it actually actively changes the story doing and performing in that gameplay. I think adds so much to the experience as an entire game. There's not a ton of games that do that, and the games that do it are really good games that are some of my favorites. So there you go. Now, if only I'd blink. It's really hard to actually non-lethally kill these guys. It's such an awkward angle. So they're all looking and watching me. Leave me alone, man. Oh, they're all turned around. That's when I go for it. Control. We can move while choking them out in this game as well, just a little bit, and you can also carry them immediately after. This guy noticed, so he's gonna get it. Also in this game, if you parry in combat, you can knock them out in combat. You couldn't do that in the first game. That goes such a long way for low chaos. If you get spotted, just go for the parry, stun them, and knock them out. It's actually amazing. Holy, that has saved my low chaos runs.
Ruthless.
Yeah, they chopped off a lot of heads. Oh, look, you got all the way upstairs. Hi, how are you doing? What did I just say? How are you? Whatever, we're knocking him out. Need his little ring, which is actually my ring. Wow. Let me parry.
Emily's reign is over. Damn you!
I missed my... Nope, I didn't. Choke him out. And... there we go. We can just knock him out peacefully. Just take the ring. No need to kill him, even though he's a bad guy. Go for that low chaos. Element of choice. Could I killed him? Could I not? Up to you. I think that is always the most uh, freeing experience. You choose. It's a role-playing game, you know? It has skill trees, different little blink abilities, just like the first game. They've added a couple more, I believe, but
Anton Sokolov made
I don't
this
know, man.
lock.
Overall, it's just I don't like this game quite as much as the first one, but it's still really, really good. Only reason I don't like it as much, I think it's probably mostly because of nostalgia and like the original is like the setup of everything. And this game has a lot of great ideas. So I don't know. Which one you prefer is pretty much just an opinion up to you. I think they're both objectively
Out into
just
the world,
both
what's
really good
more?
games. Both have really good
How many
stories.
people had forgotten this
This game in
mask?
terms of gameplay is probably better than the first one. Like I just said, not being able to knock them out in combat goes a long way, but I don't know. Overall, it really depends what you want to do. But I just have a bias towards the first game. But the second one is also really good. And I've played both
Now you've
Dishonored 1
got
and
what you
2
wanted,
like
Ramsey.
an
Leave up your
insane
own
amount of
suite atop
times.
Dunwall Tower.
But
Stay.
no different from Dune and BioShock in that regard. Also, Bethesda game, underrated Bethesda game compared to Fallout or Elder Scrolls, which I have nothing against. It's just like Dishonored is just like, how have we not gotten a game since 2019 or
Until
not
I
2019
understand this,
or
I have
late
to go into hiding.
longer than that,
I
2017.
should make my way
And
to
Death
the
of the
docks.
Outsider was a really short game. It's hardly its own game. It's more of a standalone DLC of this game, Dishonored 2. It's on the same engine and everything. It's kind of like Halo 3 ODST is to Halo 3. Sure, it's a
Gotta get out of
standalone game,
Dunwall.
and it's very much a separate game, but it's still very Halo
What do we have to do to
3-esque,
get Emily back?
and it could have been
What do
like
I
a
have to
DLC, but
become?
the 360 era is a little bit different for that, so that made more sense at the time, whereas at this time it would have made more sense for Death of the Outsider to be a
So let's see. What was it?
DLC, I think. But I'm kind of glad it wasn't, because then the physical copy is actually preserved, so there you go. I'm just going to run through all these enemies. I don't recommend doing this for your rating, but it actually works. I've done it multiple times. We're going to hold F so you can actually run faster. Oh, none of them are shooting me. I'm just going to keep running. Running out of Dunwall.
Maybe the captain can help.
This game also plays extremely well in keyboard and mouse. I've actually played it like this. Like, I'm not just doing it for the video, I actually play it like this. Like I said, first-person games, keyboard and mouse, absolutely. Third-person games, I can't do it. I think most people prefer to use a controller for third-person, but that might just be me. Jump on the ship and talk to Megan Foster, in quotations, which is a character from the first game, which is not her name, but if you play the game, you'll find out who she is. Which is really cool to have her here as well. So you can also replay the mission if you ever get stuck or you want a better score. Very high replay value. Replay value. I can't speak English today. I'm trying to learn so many different languages on Duolingo, I forgot to speak English. But basically, this ship, the
Something's
Lonesome
not right,
Whale,
but it seems familiar somehow.
the Dreadful Whale. That was the name. It's basically your little hub and your connection, everything. So go here, start the level, and come back. It's not like a super open world game, but there's like open zones. And then we got our boy, the Outsider. And you can actually, in this game, you can either accept or reject the whole void power, which is really cool. You get an achievement for that. But usually I'll accept it because the blink is just such an amazing power. So, if you want to go on a challenge run though, highest difficulty, no powers, holy, that would be hard. But just like the first game, Blink is here. Best ability in some of every video game ever. I just love being able to teleport so consistently like this. But yeah, like I said, this game, great story just like the first game. Even better gameplay, arguably. Really good visuals on the Void engine. It's like a kind of a version of id Tech, I believe. It was powered by it. But yeah, overall, really good game. Let me know if you've ever played Dishonored. And if you played 1 or 2 or which one you like more. And if you want to see a video on Death of the Outsider, because I'll definitely make that as well. So leave a like if you want to see that, subscribe if you want to know when that comes out. And I hope Dishonored 3 is a real game that will come out soon. Because I think it was leaked in that whole Bethesda Xbox thing, but we shall see. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you the next one. Goodbye.